All right, guys, here we are. It's time to edit. All right, so good news. The piece that we were working on last time is I was able to get a big chunk of it done today, and that means that we get to jump into a different scene today. This is another one of my favorite scenes. I'm not going to say that about every scene. This just is because it's got a pretty cool co co-star in this scene. I can't wait to show you who it is. Yeah, and I haven't really I haven't really touched this scene since I put the rough cut together. So I'm not even joking. Like I brought the project up, finished that the one that we had been working on last time with Eddie going in and finding his overhearing that conversation of his boss in the long dark hallway. And then I pulled this scene up. So I have not really looked through it at all. I don't really know what I'm going to do. So you're kind of seeing this with me for the first time, yeah. So anyhow, let's dive into it. I'll show you this little scene, kind of explain it to you, and then we'll dive in and start messing around with footage and seeing what we can do to make this scene a little bit better. So let me switch over here. Okay. All right. And just real quick, what we have, let's see here. I want to see if I can, well, you know what? Never mind. I was going to show you kind of what you know what? No, I am going to do that. I think it'll help. All right. Let me minimize this, minimize this, minimize this. Okay. Okay. This right here that I'm getting ready to show you is the end of the scene that we were working on last time, the long dark hallway scene. And I just so you kind of know the scene that we're going to be working on tonight, what we're coming out of. So we'll just pick up here near the end. Again, scratch audio, no scoring or anything like that. But he's just overheard in this scene. He's just overheard his boss Kevin on the phone. It's sounding very suspicious. Then Kevin, his boss, catches him, and they have this whole confrontation. And they're getting ready to leave. And this is kind of how the scene ends. Right before we go into the scene that we're getting ready to edit tonight.
Oh, Eddie, did you happen to find any more snake skins?
Yes.
Well, did you have them removed?
Yes, sir.
Good. We don't want our customers to think that we have a snake problem, now do we?
No, sir.
Bad for business.
All right, so there you go. Scene ends, and we end up here. Okay, and I'll just scrub through this real quick. So he kind of looks down. Kevin's like, "Hey, did you find any more snake skins?" And he's like, "Yes." "Did you deal with it?" "Yes." We don't want this to affect business. And then he walks off. Eddie has a little moment to himself. He looks back toward the office, kind of like, what's going on? And then he looks down in his pocket where he has the snake skin. And that's kind of like connecting us to this scene. So I had initially thought about starting this scene with this shot, where we've got the snake skin in the foreground, and then this being kind of the shot that starts us into this scene. But after I watched it back, we put the rough cut together, and I watched it back, and I didn't know. I didn't think that was really the best way to do it. But we'll go ahead and watch this real quick. I think it will be okay. Let me bring down the scale size. So All right, the quality is probably not going to be too great on this playback, but at least you'll get kind of an idea of what this scene looks like. And actually, this scene is much longer than where it ends right now. What's going on is there's a lot of flashbacks, and this scene is kind of cut up between these flashbacks. So this is the first part of the scene, and then there's a flashback, and then we come back to this setting, and that's the second part of the scene, and then we go to another flashback, and then we come back to this scene, and that's the third part, and then we end it there. So we're just going to be looking at this first part of this scene before the first flashback. It'll make sense. I may have to show you the whole scene put together so you know what I'm talking about. But before we do that, we'll just show you this first one. This is just first segment of this scene before we start hacking things up.
It's really dark back there. Then he answered the phone.
So he's thinking to
His voice
himself.
was way different than I've ever heard it before. And he said, "Tonight's the night."
He's talking to someone.
But he said it in a really suspicious way.
Goes, and this is who he's talking to.
I don't know. Maybe.
And just little note there, there will be like moans, whines, dog noises, almost like Eddie is having a conversation with this dog character. And you'll find out this dog's name in just a second.
But one thing is for sure, dog.
Yes, that's right. The dog's name is Dog.
It just keeps getting weirder and weirder out there.
Cheese on a log.
There you go.
There's some radio chatter actually, yeah, I think we are going to have some radio chatter be there. He kind of like turns up the volume. There's radio stuff that we have to lay in there. I don't know if you can hear. Even managers of antique stores. Grabs his attention.
Your boss could be a reptilian. Number 2.
Goes for the cup.
Special abilities like ESP.
And that's where you get the little warp effect thing, and we go into the first flashback. So that's the opening part of this deal. And for the most part, it's pretty good. I was talking with my mom, who was the kind of co-director, and she helped me actually write the book that this short film is based off of. We work together a lot, all the time, hence Liner House. But we were talking, and obviously we got this adorable dog, and the comment was we need to show more of this adorable dog. So that's going to be one thing that I'm going to try to do, is get more reaction shots of the dog, named Dog, in this scene. So that's one task that I know. This first image in this scene also, that is something that I want to mess around with too. And I think it's going to be it's not going to be too belabored. Let's see here.
It's really dark back there. Then he answered the phone.
So thinking about keeping the audio a little bit, and we may, do some different stuff on the audio in ADR. Let's see, unlink this. Okay. I think I'm just going to start with this little image here of him pulling the jar down. Let's see here. So it starts here. The shot that we're coming from is this. Let's back it up. So the shot that we're coming from is him looking down at his pocket, and he kind of opens it up to look at the snake skin in it. And I may actually need to show more of his pocket. I'm doing kind of a digital zoom in or push in, just to give it a little bit more tension, I guess, and bring this kind of like the world is shrinking a little bit. He's getting more focused on this mystery that's unfolding. So he looks down in his pocket. I need to let's see. Let's make sure we actually follow his eye line and get as much credit for the pocket as possible. Okay. So it's pushing in, looks down, and exits. Probably going to be some sort of fade there. Not sure what the transition is going to be, but we're going to end up here. And I think that this is it. It kind of, you know what, actually, it's not. It's a pretty good, it's not a match cut, but, and that's honestly, a match cut is what I wanted initially to put these scenes together. Didn't get that. I think it was one of those things while in production, we were moving really fast, and I think I forgot, honestly. I don't know why that one slipped through the cracks, but I really wanted this to be a match cut. It wasn't. That was probably on me. But it happens, and yeah, with more time and personnel, you know what? I'm not even going to make excuses. I didn't get the shot that I wanted. It was on me, and for some reason, I messed up. But you take what you have and you make it work. And that is storytelling. So here we go. Let's say we start. I think I kind of like it starting with his hand, with the jar coming. Yeah, start there. I think that's good. You know, another something that can help a lot of times is starting a shot like this with movement. Right from the get-go, there is interest because something in the shot is moving. His arm is going to be moving right here at the beginning. And, you know, that's just, it's just gives you some interest right at the top. Kind of tells your eye where to look. Look at this jar.
Back there. And he answered the phone. And his voice is way different than I've ever heard it before. And he said,
and see, I like that. We already know. The shirt is iconic to Eddie. The pocket with the notepad, the pen, the snake coming out of the pocket. We know that this is Eddie. We know his voice. So we don't need to show his face at the beginning of this scene. We have been introduced to him sufficiently. So it's kind of fun to have our eyes on something else than just his face.
It's really dark back there. And he answered the phone. And his voice is way different than I've ever heard it before. And he said, "Tonight's the night."
The cool thing about that too, starting that way, is it gives me the opportunity to change the lines if I want to, or drop a different take of or different performance of lines in there if I wanted to. So that's kind of cool. So anyway, continues, and you know, I think that's cool. I know that I mentioned wanting to get more reactions from the dog character, this guy right here, but there is going to be a point that is we're going to get the most bang for our buck on the surprise factor. We're hearing Eddie talk to someone, but we don't know who it is. And unless you have read the book, you would probably be thinking that, oh, Eddie is talking to another human. There's somebody else here that he's talking to. Maybe he's just talking to himself. But they're probably not expecting, if they haven't read the book, they're probably not expecting that he's talking to a dog named Doc. So we want to be kind of clever with how we reveal who he's talking to. So it kind of gives us a little bit of a laugh, a little bit of a comedic moment, if you will.
Did it in a really suspicious way.
You know, there would be kind of like a whine or a moan right there. Oh, yes. Dog's real name. Dog's real name is Mocha. And Mocha was somebody we reached out to. I think we did like a Facebook blast out, put some posts, and I forget exactly where, but I think Facebook was involved, and somehow we end up finding Mocha and her handler, Andrew, I believe. Yes. Were they were awesome. It was the first time that Mocha had been on set, on any set, I believe, and she just did absolutely wonderful, as you can tell. I had never really acted across or with an animal or a dog. Yeah, I don't think any animal, but in this case, a dog. And it was different. It was really different, but Mocha did a really great job, and it was a pleasure and a blast. And so yes, the dog in this scene's real name is Mocha. So anyway, I'm right now. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to figure out if it does make sense to show dog in this way, like right here with this shot.
Really suspicious way.
Again, there will be some sort of communication. That dog is going to like a whine or something.
Really suspicious way.
Aww.
I don't know. Maybe. But one thing is for sure, dog. It just keeps...
Okay. Maybe we can put a reaction. Maybe we can put a reaction there. Let's see. We got to get credit that he's grabbing something.
This way. I don't know.
And we almost may even be on dog a little too long right there. And we can be on dog a little bit longer somewhere else. Let's see.
Really suspicious.
Again, this is how it goes. A lot of take it back, watch it, take it back, watch it. And yeah, see if you can get a feel for what feels good.
I don't know. Maybe. But one thing is for sure, dog.
Okay, because he's talking to dog. Yeah, I think it might. Let's see. Let's see what we have here. Let's see what other reactions we have. Actually, I don't think we would use. Well, we might be able to use that angle. Might be kind of weird. So what is he saying?
Maybe. But one thing is for sure, dog.
Okay. Let's yeah, let's see. I'm just gonna put a marker there. This is you don't have to do this. Sometimes it's good to leave markers on your timeline in case you have to use the playhead to, scrub or whatever. But you want to come back to a kind of a place that's going to be a cut point. You can drop a little marker right there so you can come back to it. That's what I just did right there. But I'm going to scrub through this clip and see if I can find a suitable reaction. That's kind of cute. This little look up. Ooh, camera gets a little shaky. That's probably about as far as I could take that. That's a cute look too. Is that the same one? No, I don't think it is. Okay, that kind of little like head bob thing. That's cute. Yeah. I like that little head bob. That's cool. All right, so let's bring it back here.
I don't know. Maybe. But one thing is for sure, dog. It just keeps getting weirder and weirder.
And it's almost like dogs, I would maybe rock it back a little bit. It's almost like dog is watching him get the cheese, the easy cheese, spray cheese stuff. Cheesy cheese.
I don't know. Maybe.
Okay, and he's going for the...
But one thing is for sure, dog.
See. I want to make sure... Wonder how important it is that we see him grab this thing.
I don't know. Maybe. But one thing is for sure, dog.
Well, we know that he's grabbing.
It just keeps getting weirder and weirder out there.
Okay, you know what? What I can do is... There's a little bit of a break here.
But one thing is for sure, dog.
Let's just cut this, spread this out a little bit, and we'll come up with some sort of rustling sound or something to fill in this blank space that we're creating, because I think it is important that we see Eddie actually picking up this.
It just keeps getting weirder and weirder out there.
Okay, or I think we've got two potential places for looks. Eddie, when Eddie grabs the cheese, dog perks up. Yes. Yeah, that's Mom chiming in there. Yeah, I agree. I think that's a good place to drop a reaction. But I think we have another place. I think we might be able to have two places, really accomplishing our mission of getting as much, giving Mocha as much screen time as possible. So actually, I think I'm going to use this little kind of head bob as our dog perking up shot that Mom has mentioned here in the comments, in the chat. That kind of little look up. That's oh wait, right there at the end. I think that's where my camera starts to get shaky. Oh, okay. I can get a little bit more out of it. Okay, cool. So this is going to be my... I'm going to label this... where is this label? Let's do violet. I'm just going to label it something else so I know that that is my second one. All right.
One thing is for sure, dog.
All right. So that's going to happen. That's going to be our first little look.
It just keeps getting weirder and weirder out there.
Maybe after this. Yeah, okay, cool. I think we get the reaction from dog right after the spray. Yeah, so that'll be that second one. And then let's see what else. I want to put another one. I want to put another reaction shot right before that, but it doesn't need to be like a interest shot. It can be kind of like you have an eye roll or something. What have I got? Which one am I using for this? Okay. That's that kind of head drop. That's that. Okay. It's almost like dog. He's kind of like panting or whatever. It's kind of like he's anticipating what's getting ready to happen. That's awesome. Okay.
For sure, dog.
Oh yeah, dude. There's even like a look of anticipation in Mocha's eyes right there. Like, okay, some food is getting ready to happen. And that's awesome because dog is very much like that. Dog in the book is a he, being played by a she. It's not weird though, because that happens all the time in like stage plays. So not weird at all. Anyway, so dog is an eater. He is constantly mooching off of Eddie. So this little look of anticipation really works. It's almost like, hey, you gonna give me some? And both of these, I could flip-flop these because there's this kind of little mouth move that he gives here, oh, it could be like, or she gives here, could be like a whine or something like, hey, you gonna give me some?
But one thing is for sure, dog. It just keeps getting weirder and weirder out there.
Okay, let's see here.
But one thing is for sure, dog.
Okay, let's do that. We'll use that. Okay, I kind of like that. Okay, cool.
But one thing is for sure, dog. One thing is for sure, dog.
Okay, let's do a little bit of warp stabilizer. There's a little bit of camera bumpage happening. Let's see if we can fix that just a little bit. It doesn't look like much, so we'll let that chug for just a bit. It shouldn't take too long. All right, and then let's do, and so what I'm doing is there was a little bit of camera bump here, and it's really not, it wasn't that bad, but for me, it was a little annoying. So I'm just doing a warp stabilizer effect on just this clip. I've just run the stabilization process. And now I'm just going to tweak a few things. I'm going to do position, scale, and rotation. So that's going to update. That's going to auto scale. I'm going to do preserve scale. And we'll see what that does. Okay, that's better. It does have a little bit of warping. Smooth motion, no motion. Let's see what that does. Okay, that's pretty close. I'll probably come and tweak that a little bit more. What if we don't preserve scale? Maybe that lets us. Okay, it's all right. I think it looked better. I think it looked better with preserving the scale. No, I'm gonna turn that off. I think this looks better. This right now is probably not the best time to work on that. We'll have another pass of like fixing camera bumps and jitters and stuff like that. This is more just getting the images in place. But anyway, didn't take too long.
I don't know. Maybe. But one thing is for sure, dog. Maybe.
Almost wonder if it would look better.
I don't know. Maybe.
Let's see.
But one thing is for sure, dog. Maybe. But one thing is for sure. But one.
Huh.
But one. Maybe. But one thing is for sure, dog.
Let's see. That might not be the best one, but
It just keeps.
again, at the beginning of some screen action. Let's try that. That's when we want to come back. Unlink that so we can drag this audio under. Let's see.
But one thing is for sure, dog. But one thing is for sure, dog. It just keeps getting weirder and weirder out there.
All right, that's not that bad. That's what we aim for. Good enough. Now, you can do a little bit more massaging, but
I don't know. Maybe.
honestly, I think it could happen there.
I don't know. Maybe. Maybe.
I think it could happen on the turn away. We can see that he's reaching for something.
I don't know. Maybe. But one thing is for.
I think we do need to wait so we know kind of what direction he's going for. Let's see. Do I have a 2-shot? Yeah. You can go check that out.
I don't know. Maybe. But one thing is for sure, dog. Thing is for sure, dog.
Maybe I do need to wait. Sorry, I'm being so indecisive. This is what happened. This is what happens to me in the edit booth. I'm like, all right, what is the best place to cut away?
I don't know. Maybe. But one thing is for sure, dog. Thing is for sure, dog.
I think it's right there. I think that's it. I really do.
But one thing is for sure, dog. It just keeps getting weirder.
Okay, I do need to wait. I need to see him get that. I don't know what I'm gonna do there. Maybe some whining to fill in that gap in the audio.
For sure, dog.
Let's see here. I do kind of like that little bark. Let's use that. That'll tighten it up just a little bit.
But one thing is for sure, dog.
That's annoying.
One thing is for sure, dog.
Can't really do anything about that right now. Oh, that's why. Ah, duh. I'll let that slip a little further.
Sure, dog.
That's why. Okay. That little mouth smack, that was bugging me.
For sure, dog.
All right, cool. Yeah, got that out of there.
It just keeps getting weirder.
Yes. Okay. Finally. Wow, that was a labor. I feel good about this. I feel good about where this reaction shot that I've been working on for the last 15 minutes is landing. Okay, let's look at this again.
I don't know. Maybe. But one thing is for sure, dog. It just keeps getting weirder and weirder out there.
Okay, so I might need to do a little flip-flop of which reaction shot is going where. Yeah, I think actually Mom is saying that. Try the other clip you had before where she really perks up. So, I think... So that little kind of bark thing might go good after the cheese shot. Like, hey, give me some, buddy. Okay, yeah. Let's see.
Sure, dog. It just
Okay. Yes. Yes. They come from other countries.
One thing
Yes.
is for sure, dog.
Okay. So that
One thing
goes.
is for sure, dog.
Let's move this around.
For sure, dog. Thing is for sure, dog.
Like, hey, bro, you thinking about me down here?
Sure, dog. It just keeps getting weirder and weirder.
Okay, and I actually want to see him grab. Okay, we can get rid of that. Sorry, I'm not doing as much talking because I'm actually doing some editing right here.
For sure.
Sorry.
It just keeps getting weirder and weirder out there.
Okay. We'll start right here when he starts to look up. And hey, buddy. And I think that will be a whine because a little whine, like a preemptive, a kind of a first, hey bro, you gonna share type of whine, because in this next reaction, I think he's gonna make more of a kind of a groan. It's gonna escalate, if you will.
Weirder and weirder out there.
Hey, buddy. Hey, all right. Yeah. So I think that's cool. We've added two more shots of Mocha or dog in this sequence. So that is awesome. And I think that's pretty cool. We might move on to one of these other sequences. Let's watch this back really quick. I think this is looking pretty cool.
It's really dark back there.
I like that. I like starting with this.
And his voice is way different.
I think that's cool. Actually, you know what? Let's do it full screen. That way we can get all this stuff. Really get the grandeur of it.
It's really dark back there. And he answered the phone. And his voice is way different than I've ever heard it before. And he said, "Tonight's the night." But he said it in a really suspicious way. I don't know, maybe. But one thing is for sure, dog. It just keeps getting weirder and weirder out there. There you go.
Huh. All right, cool. Nothing really to change there. I like that. I like having the other shots of dog. One thing that I wanted to see was this cut point. I feel like we could actually see him grab that a little bit more.
Said it in a really suspicious way.
I understand that we're going to I know why I did that, because the kind of rhythm of the scene, the rhythm of the scene is Eddie's got his lines.
But he said it in a really suspicious way.
And then I guess I was thinking you would hear dog maybe off screen first. Sorry, thinking out loud. Trying to figure this out, what the best way to do. Because what I'm wondering is if it's a little weird, this cut point where we cut away from Eddie before he actually grabs his little record book. At least get his hands on it. Let me see. So we come to this. He sits down. So we need to make sure that the time between that and dog. Let's see here. Maybe we do it this way.
But he said it in a really suspicious way.
Thinking maybe I could put dog's thing there and then come back to this shot, grab, and then do kind of like a cut going back to him sitting down, because I had done that in one version and it worked pretty good. Let's see.
Really suspicious way. But he said it in a really suspicious way.
Okay, let's try this. Let's try this. And this is the part of editing where you just try stuff. You know, you're trying to make it smooth, if you're trying to make it smooth. And you just gotta get creative. You know, sometimes the first thing that you think isn't right. Maybe you're close.
In a really suspicious way. But he said it in a really suspicious way.
And then we come back to that. And then he's bringing it down, and then we can cut, match cut to this. Okay, so he's bringing it down. Okay, so we see him moving down. So it would just be the very top of the book. Right there. This might be another way to cut it. Let's see.
His voice is way different than I've ever heard it before. And he said, tonight's the night. But he said it in a really suspicious way.
Oh, I see what you guys are saying. Oh, the very first occurrence of dog, just take it out entirely. Yeah, that's yeah, let's try that. Let's do that. Not a bad idea. Okay. Let's see what that does. It's really easy to put it back in. This is not a complicated scene, so it's not hard to put stuff back in. Great. That's awesome. We've got some good ideas floating around. There's kind of, well, there are wrong ways, but this isn't wrong. This is just another way to do it.
But he said it in a really suspicious way.
Okay, I like that because still we have no idea that there's another presence in the room. We don't know who he's talking to. Maybe he's talking to himself. It is Eddie, so it's believable. He's a quirky guy, so yeah, I think that's cool. Okay, cool. So he's going to bring it down right there. This is cool, man. I should have people in the edit booth with me all the time.
I don't know. Maybe.
Okay, yeah, because now we know he's talking to someone because he's just looked off camera. That's pretty funny. I like I like what that's doing. Let's see here. Let's just pick it from here. That's funny. Yeah, I like that. Good job, guys. Yes, it keeps the suspense of who he's talking to a little bit longer. Yeah, I think that's what this needs.
But he said it in a really suspicious way.
Yeah, it just slows it. Really, it kind of slows the whole scene down, which is good.
Way. I don't know. Maybe.
I almost wish that I was looking off screen a little bit longer and not turning away so quick. I might go dig around to see if I've got another performance of this where maybe I do look off screen just a little bit longer. That way I can cut to dog and it not, I think that would help. Let me see. Almost I could do it in the middle of his line. That might work fine too.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think I could just cut to dog right in the middle of his line. Let me put a marker there and come back to that. And now, because we're doing it this way, I think that I wouldn't necessarily use this angle of dog. I think I need to use more of or kind of like a single, this other angle that's more coming from Eddie's side of the room. Instead of this kind of profile-y shot. So something like this, I've got to go find, where are those? Reveal in project. Let's see here. High angle. All right, this is my high angle shot. Oh, doggy. Let's see, what do we have here? Got to make sure. I almost feel like I need an expression of like really? Like, are you sure?
I don't know. Maybe. But one thing is for sure, dog.
Yeah, I think I need to cut to it. All right, 44 minutes. Probably need to wrap things up here. But this is big. This is good. I think this has taken the whole scene in a much better direction. So that's awesome. Let's see. Let's go here. Take this out. Gonna have to go with some different. All right. Let's see. That's Andrew. Doing some wrangling. That's the technical term for. Okay. Let's see. That might be. Maybe a look up. Ah, got a little eye blink. Might be able to use that. Let's see. Let's drop it in here. Mess around with it. We all have that friend that just listens. Of course, Mocha or Dog doesn't just listen. He gives his input too.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. But one thing is for sure, dog.
Actually, the reveal might be to let's see. Maybe you guys are thinking the same thing. Comes down after the fast-paced suspense from Dong hallway, like the single fast-paced suspense. Fast-paced, yeah. I think it actually may be pretty funny to not show Dog until after Eddie says dog. And it's like, wait, what?
I don't know.
Yeah, let's try that. Maybe that could be funny. Let's back this up just a little bit. Love Control Z. Gotta love Control Z. Brings that down.
Maybe. But one thing is for sure, dog. It just keeps getting weirder and weirder out there.
I wonder if that would be a good first time, just to hold off until after the cheese. Let me see.
One thing is for sure, dog.
All right, let's try. I think we can.
One thing is for sure, dog. It just keeps getting weirder and weirder.
That's okay. I'm gonna try this one. Let's see.
It just.
Oh no! Whoops. Where's the one I had? Oh, it was near the end. Just kind of like a look. Okay. That's kind of funny.
One thing is for sure, dog.
Blink.
It just keeps getting weirder and weirder out there.
See, now it's kind of weird, that profile. That profile shot's a little weird for me. Like this kind of like deadpan look that Mocha's got. That's pretty funny.
That's for sure, dog.
I actually think that might be
It It just keeps getting weirder and weirder.
Yeah. Okay, but we do need something from Dog saying, "Hey, what about me, bro? Help a buddy out." Um, Here we go. Look of anticipation. Let's see. Just need something. Maybe. I think I'll use this somewhere else, but hey. Yeah, I think I used that somewhere else, but it's after a flashback, so someone probably won't be able to tell that I've used that clip already. Actually, I think that I like starting there. See here. Yeah. Let's try that. All right, let's see how this is feeling. Go ahead and get rid of that.
Maybe. But one thing is for sure, dog.
That's so abrupt. I don't know. I think it might work. I'm not sure. It's kind of funny.
But one thing is for sure, dog. It just keeps getting weirder and weirder out there. There you go.
Okay, yeah. All right. 51 minutes. We've been going for a hot minute, but I think we're definitely a lot closer. I think this scene is a lot closer to being something that could be in a almost final edit. But it's it's much better. Thank you guys so much for the help and jumping in. This was really fun. It's always fun when you get to do something new, and that was definitely the case with this scene. I had never worked with a dog in that capacity before, as far as being on screen, and I don't think I'd ever really directed with a dog on set before. So this was a dream. This was kind of a dream situation. Mocha was such an awesome dog, and I'll probably be doing. I got to finish this scene, so I'll probably be doing another one of these with dog in it as well. So this may not be the last time that we get to work with footage that has dog in it. So that's always awesome. But yeah, so fun. Yeah. So working with reaction shots. Yeah. Just absolutely fun. It adds so much. That's the thing is, when you're working with reaction shots, so much of the time you're thinking, oh, well, I need to be on the person that's talking, or, but you don't need to. Sometimes it really is more impactful to be on the person that's doing the listening. And instead of being on the person that's doing the talking, it's kind of just feel it out, but there's no rule, just get in there, mess with the footage that you have and see what feels good there. Just there are rules, but it's much more about what feels good, right? When you're watching it, if it feels good to be on somebody's reaction when somebody else is saying their lines, do that. Just don't worry about right, wrong. Just do what feels good for the scene, what propels the scene, what makes you laugh if it needs to be funny, what makes you cry. Just do whatever the scene does. And just like what you guys were helping me with even now, with saying, well, hey, try this. Hey, that's what an editor does. Sometimes your first thought isn't isn't the best thing. And to be able to have a flexible mind and say, you know what, maybe there's another way that I could do this, and just keep messing around. And obviously when you have deadlines, and you got to make a decision. But if you can, get creative, be flexible, and think, well, maybe there's another way to cut this scene. And because there always is, there's always another way. You just have to find the best one, or at least almost best one, best enough one. So anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning in, helping me edit this scene. That was a lot of fun, and hope you guys have a great night, and I will see you next time.